What's going on, guys? Satchy is here and welcome back to another squad builder on my channel. And today we are going to be doing the current world champions Spain. So this will be a very interesting squad builder with so many good players. Look at the bench. Look how many good quality players they have on the bench and even on the substitutes. The substitutes and the reserves, I mean. So before we get into this episode, my exams are finally over. Whoopee. So I'm going to be uploading more regularly now and sticking to my schedule and uploading the certain videos on certain days like I used to before exams was upon me. Okay, so I did rock up with another 4-3-3 team. That's the third in a row I've actually done. It seems to be a pretty good formation, and this is the formation that Spain use in real life as well. So starting off with the goalkeeper, we obviously do have Iker Casillas. Now this guy is probably one of the worst keepers on Ultimate Team. He doesn't save a thing. His stats completely lie because he's actually absolutely terrible. I only played 5 games with him because I also tried out De Gea, who had 4 games, who was my favourite out of the 3 keepers that I did use, and Reina only played 1. He was as bad as Casillas, to be honest. So moving on to the 2 centre-backs. Firstly, we do have Team of the Year Ramos. This guy seems like an amazing card. That 86 pace, 92 defending, 94 heading. Let me tell you, he is not worth that 357,000 coins that I did pay for him. I would just stick with his normal version. He wasn't good at all, in my opinion. And his fellow centre-back is PK, who is even worse, in my opinion. He's just so bad. His stats aren't actually that good for an 86 rated player, apart from that defending. I didn't really like him at all. So moving on to the 2 fullbacks. Firstly, we do have Juan Fran. Now, I didn't actually realise this guy had the team of the season after I played the first game. So then I went out and bought him, and he did play 9 games. He got 1 assist. Again, he wasn't impressive. I did not like this back line for Spain. The best player out of the 4 was actually Jordi Alba. He was actually pretty decent defensively and going forward, but still, I didn't really like him that much. He did get 1 goal in those 10 games. He was the best out of the 4 players, even though I've got a Team of the Year and a Team of the Season player. It's ridiculous. So moving on to the midfield, we do have Xabi Alonso. Now this guy is actually pretty good as a CDM. Apart from that 55 pace, you don't really notice that he's actually quite slow because he does a really good job. He sits back, look at that medium-high work rates. That's pretty decent work rates for a CDM. Moving on to the 2 CMs, we do have firstly Iniesta and we have Xavi. Now these 2 guys are actually quite weak in game, which meant I really struggled to play with them. I'll get on more into that with the gameplay. And my 2 favourite players in this team were firstly Pedro. He did manage to get 3 goals and 1 assist. Actually, he got 5 goals and 1 assist. One of the games I did end up getting disconnected by EA. And he did actually score 2 goals in that game, so the stats didn't actually show. He's got that 5-star weak foot and 4-star skill moves. A very nice player. But my favourite player in this team was actually David Villa. He managed to get 6 goals and 3 assists in those 10 games. 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, decent work rates. He was very impressive in that left wing position. And finally, we do have Diego Costa, who's very unimpressive. Like, all these blue cards were very bad for me. He did get 4 goals and 4 assists, but they were mainly from the last game that I played, which was very easy. Apart from that, I think only got a couple of goals and a couple of assists. So he was actually very disappointing overall. So that is a starting 11 that I did use. I did use some other players. Mata I used 4 games, 2 goals, 1 assist, was actually pretty good. Silva wasn't really that good either. Fabregas was average. Busquets I didn't really like at all. I definitely prefer Alonso. So that is it for this squad, and let's get on with some gameplay. Okay, so just to start off with, I want to talk about how to play with this team and what kind of style works best with this team. Now, obviously Spain play attractive, like slow passing, build-up plays sort of football. So if you're the person that likes to keep possession, then this is the team for you because there's a lot of good passers. If you're the person that likes to have, careful build-up play, you don't want to be too attacking, you want to just try and pass it into the net as such, then this is the team for you. I'm the type of player that likes to play attacking, fast football, and this is not the team for you because there's not a lot of fast players in this team, especially in the midfield. It's not fast at all. So for me, it was very difficult. The only fast attacker were Pedro and Costa, and because Costa has high work rates, that meant he was out of position a lot when I was trying to attack. And seeing as I'm trying to get the ball up the field as quick as I can, he was out of position so much, and that's why he was bad for me. I'm sure he is a pretty decent player if you had a different style of play, but for me he just didn't work, and I didn't enjoy playing with him. Like I said, if you have him as one of 2 strikers, I think he works better. If he's up there on his own, then it's really, really difficult, because you're pretty much relying on him to score goals. And that's why I try to get my wingers, Pedro and David Villa, into the game as much as I could, and it worked, really. They cut inside a lot, they scored some, a few nice goals. They have nice work rates for the positions that they're in. I think they're both high, medium or something, but that works perfectly for a winger, really, instead of like high. I hate players that have high work rates. Also, in the defence, the whole defence had a high, medium work rate, which was absolutely disgusting, because they were always out of position when I'm trying to defend. If the other team would have counter-attacks, then they're always out of position. And we let so many goals from chip-through balls, through just crosses, because the defenders were out of position, and it was too easy for the other team to go down the wing and cross, and to also just trip the ball over to a fast player like someone like Eto, who's really fast. So that is why we let so many goals. And when you have a goalkeeper like Casillas or Reina, who are very poor in this game, then it was going to be very, very difficult to not let goals and to actually win games, because I only actually won 2 of the 10 games. That was how difficult it was to play with this team. By the way, 9 of the 10 matches were actually in Division 2, so it was very, very difficult for sure. The midfield was actually alright, but Iniesta and Xavi and the likes of Matt and Silva, they're just too weak, and they get pushed off the ball too easy, especially when you're having midfield battles. So it's very, very difficult in that sense. So that is it for this video, guys. I do hope you enjoyed watching. Some players were actually alright, some were very hard to play with. The team of the season, Costa, the team of the year, Ramos, and the team of the season, Juan Fran, they're certainly not worth the coinage that you're actually paying for them. But I would actually recommend trying out the likes of David Villa and Pedro, because they're really, really good wingers. Make sure to play them like in a left wing, right wing role, because they really do a good job at getting into the game, not being stranded, and getting you a few goals. So thank you for watching, guys. Do please leave a like and subscribe, and put a comment on who you want me to do a squad builder on next. So until then, I will see you next time.